Hey everybody, it's me, Russ, getting out the door today. It's kind of a slow day. Now, part of that's my fault because I had this Tuesday. I had today. I was going to try and take 3 days off because, well, I figured I can. My own boss, right? I can do what I want. But then I bought a $1,500 beater van and set us back some. So, trying to make some money today. I turned on same day task requests and I got hired. It was like 7 a.m. I turned it on. I got hired about an hour and a half later to pick up a door. So, gonna take Vicky the van here. Gonna go pick up a door, you know, and see how that goes.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So that went well. It's cold out here in April. It's like we had this weird cold snap. We had snow. My daughter at her place had like 3 inches of snow the other day, and today is cold. Like it is, I don't know, in the 40s or something like that. Yeah, picked up this door and got there a little early, so I got to shop around Seattle reuse, which was really cool. Check this out. Toilets. Nice. Ballard Reuse in Ballard, Washington, Earth. Yeah. So yeah, here waiting for more business, hopefully, in the city. So far, it's been pretty dry. I'm at Green Lake instead of shopping at record stores where I can spend more money than I make today as the day's going. So hang out at Green Lake here. Let's see. Just kind of hang out and chill, enjoy some nature. Got a couple ducks out here. What? What's the matter with you? Lots of ducks hanging out. I don't got any bread or anything. Sorry. Green Lake. This is a lake that goes, there's a walking path all the way around the lake. Green Lake right here in the city of Seattle. It's a beautiful thing. And it started raining, so of course I had to stop by Daybreak Records. I made it. I made it home alive, people. And I'm grateful for that. I'm back from the gritty city. Paid like $45. Wasn't... But hey, you know, I got to hang out in the city again and again peruse some records. So stopped by Fat Cat too. Fat Cat Records. Love that place. And I got, what did I get at Fat Cat? Canned Heat. And then Sean Spins had to turn me on to Canned Heat once more. So very bluesy. He's right. This is some good bluesy stuff. Stop being a greatest hits guy, Russ. You know, they got a few hits. Maybe one big hit. But this is a great band. They really are. It was $3. $3 for this record. It is in great condition for the price. So, Canned Heat. Chalk that one up. I got a CD. Yeah, been buying CDs. You know, the hype sticker. There's a reason they call it the hype sticker, right? I was pulled in by the hype sticker. You know, I'm digging the sound of some of these CDs more than some of the records, and not just the beat ones. Like I don't mind the beat records with the poppy, staticky nostalgia, and some of them, even with the surface noise, still have a depth to them that you don't get from CD. But some of the CDs that sound great. This is one of my favorite albums of all time, by the way. Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman. I'm gonna have to do a review on this if I ever find the vinyl. I mean, I think I have a copy, but it's beat, and it might even skip on the crappy record player. That's, I mean, not that it's a crappy record player. It's just not the greatest quality. You know, it's my, like, Victrola all-in-one. I use it to play my beat records that would skip on the techniques here, because it's set at a certain way for records that are in pristine shape, and it sounds way better. Okay. But yeah, Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman, on CD. I probably had it on CD years ago and lost it somewhere. Daybreak Records. Of course I stopped at Daybreak Records. You know, they have stuff daily that I'm like, gotta have that. Today was no different. Now, this is one I found in the bargain bin for $1. The Bus Boys. If you've never heard the Bus Boys, these guys rock. It is they had a song, I think one of the biggest songs was on the Ghostbusters soundtrack. And I actually have the Ghostbusters soundtrack too. But this is I love this album. These guys are great. Rock and roll. Funky rock and roll. Love me some funky rock and roll. All right, this is a band that Sean Spins also really likes. I'm kidding. He's not a big fan. But I'm a 80s kid, man. This is my jam right here. Now this cover was actually censored for whatever reason. I have the cassette tape. I lost it somewhere, but if you've ever seen the cover for this, it's like this guy has like a really long tongue, I don't know why they decided that was obscene or whatever. I don't know who decided that needed to be censored, but I'm glad I got this. This is in really good condition too. There's not a scratch on this record. It's in beautiful shape. I mean, it's got some, like, you can see where people slid it in and out of the sleeve, but I was like, oh dude, this is in really good condition. Like, look at that. It's one of those where the track listing's on the other side. Poison. I love this band. I saw this band open for Ratt back in the day. My buddy Dave and I went and saw that. I'll have to tell the story, and I'll do a Poison thing, but I'm not going to get into it now. Oh, okay, I'll get into it. He talked me into it. So my buddy Dave and I go to the Ratt concert, and this was 80s. I can't remember. Sometime in the 80s, early 80s, mid 80s, something like that. But this band opened for Ratt, and Ratt sounded like garbage. All right, just I couldn't. There's parts you couldn't even tell what song they were playing. They're just up there, going through the motions or whatever. They must have got really wasted the night before. I don't know what it was, but Ratt was, at least the show we saw, was just not great. We both had pet rats, by the way. I've had pet rats since my mom and dad got divorced, and we moved into an apartment in Mount Lake Terrace, which is a burb of Seattle. So having pets that were rats for me was fun. And they're really smart creatures, by the way. If you've never had a pet rat, if your kids want a pet like a hamster, don't get a flippin' hamster. I mean, they're cute and fuzzy and all that. Sure, rats have that gangly, nasty tail, but rats are way smarter. They're way cooler. As pets, I liked rats as pets. And they kind of know their name. If you spend a lot of time on them, they won't bite you. They'll crawl around on you. You can actually, train a rat, where hamsters are just gerbils. Gerbils are even worse. So, yeah, rats, way better pets. Anyway, Dave and I go to this concert. He had a pet rat, too. We would feed our rats. So, another thing about this story, we used to smoke a lot of weed, all right? Not gonna lie. We used to. I don't anymore, even though it's legal now. But back in the 80s, marijuana use was a thing. So, hello, love.
Hi.
My wife came out. And we would, get our rats high, as you do, when you have a pet rat, because rats are into that. I'm not sure if you knew that, but, we just kind of blow smoke on them, and then they would eat more munchies, kind of like we did. So the rats got huge, all right? Like, we would have rats that were the size of small cats. They would live in a, 20-gallon aquarium or something like that, a little bottle of them. And that's how we did life back in the 80s as heavy metal fans back in the day. So we go to the Ratt concert, and we thought, we've got to bring the rats. Like, this band is named after Ratt. That's called Ratt. Why would we not bring our rats? So we bring the rats to the concert, and we stuff them in our jackets. And this is, and they're patting us down and stuff, right? So we're just hoping the rats, we had leather, biker jackets, and zip that thing up and put the rat trying in your pocket. Kind of, it didn't really fit very well, but we had the rats got into the show, basically. They're looking for knives and weapons and things like that. They're not looking for large rodents, right? They're not looking for vermin when they're patting people down. At least I hope not. Anyway, we get into the concert. Big old rat on my shoulder. Rat, and we were walking around. People are like, whoa, these guys got rats. My buddy Dave loses his rat. Poison, by the way, knocked the roof off the place. They were awesome. Poison saved that show. If it wasn't for Poison, and again, Poison not a super known band at the time. I think they had maybe one hit, or back in at that time. It was like Talk Dirty to Me or something like that. And we were like, wow, these guys are awesome. Ratt came out and we're like, I would have felt like I was ripped off if it wasn't for Poison that night. So I got to say that. Anyway, after the show, so the Ratt concert's over. Everybody leaves. There's garbage and cans, and people are coming out. And there's this sweeper people coming out. We found some cool guitar picks, from Ratt, probably Poison and those guys on the floor. Finally the cleanup guys are looking at us, and then a security guy walks up. The security guy's like, what are you guys still doing here? The concert's over. And I point at my shoulder and I say, see that? And he's like, whoa. Big old rat hanging on my shoulder. And my buddy Dave says, there was another one, right? I lost my rat. So the guy's like, whoa. So he starts looking around. We're looking around. And sure enough, my buddy Dave, I don't know if the rat saw him and is like, there's my papa or my owner or something like that. And the rat climbed out from behind some garbage. I mean, they were probably having a blast, right? He was Dave's rat anyway, because he kind of eat a lot of snacks or just garbage that was laying around. And he found his rat, and everybody's like, oh, sweet, you found your rat. And we're like, yeah, cool. And the security guard was even like, nice. He probably didn't want to get in trouble. He was probably sent to kick us out, but there's, you know, like a public health crisis now. This monster rat is loose in the Seattle Center Coliseum, I believe it was called at the time. So that's my rat story. My buddy Dave, great guy. He passed away 3 years ago. He had a heart attack. I've known him since I was 15 years old. It was just sudden and sad, and love Dave. A lot of good memories with my buddy Dave, and so bittersweet moment. Dave lived his life, you know, and I could be sad or I could be grateful for the time that we had, you know, as buddies. And that was one of the fond memories I look back on with my buddy Dave. God bless him. Poison. Glad I found that. I found a few cassette tapes. I think I already stuck them up in the cassette tape area already. Kiss. Crazy Nights by Kiss on cassette. I'll put that in Vinny the Van. See, I'll rock that sucker. Glenn Frey, The All-Nighter. Smuggler's Blues. Great song that's on this tape. I also have the record too. That's probably my favorite Glenn Frey record anyway. So yeah, that does it. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button. It's like a record thing, you know? YouTube, it's sort of like a record thing. There's a ritual to it. You drop the needle and flip the record over and drop the needle again. And there's a little work to it. YouTube's kind of the same for us creators. You just hit the like button, you know, watch the video. It's sort of like it strokes us a little bit. You know, we feel better about ourselves if you all click the like button. So if you'd like to light up my ego, whatever it is, go ahead and click the like button. Bye. Thank you. Subscribe too if you're new, or don't. I don't care. Later. I mean, I care, but you know how it is. Later.